Kambosos convert to that.
Starting off, I see some change already. And Kambosos in his game, in the way he's approaching the southpaw. He's trying to get that outside position, but I like the jousting battle right there and the body attack right away.
Able to position that right hand to the body of Lomachenko.
Kambosos is going to have to find his offense, create his offense, but he's going to have to push back Lomachenko. That's how you beat Lomachenko. You have to push him back. You have to get him to disengage, pull back in the line of fire. You can follow him out, you can land shots, and you can win rounds that way.
As is always the case with Lomachenko through this lightweight run he's had. You notice the size differential, as Kambosos has a 2.5-inch reach advantage, 2 inches taller, but then the girthiness with the rehydration, as well as Lomachenko, by all accounts, is a more natural featherweight who just had the skill and the resume that had a built to the challenge of 135 pounds. IBF, and that is the vacant belt they are fighting for, demands a day of a secondary weigh-in. But because this fight is being fought, this fight card started Sunday morning so that it could air here prime time in the United States, they allowed the second weigh-in, the day of weigh-in, to take place in Perth, Australia on Saturday evening at 9 p.m. as it is now 12:30 in the afternoon Sunday in Perth for this fight.
I like the pace at which Lomachenko is fighting right now, Tess. It's not too slow and it's not too fast. It's in between, like a medium steak. That's perfect right now. He's downloading information, but he's still applying pressure, marching forward. Lomachenko does better work when he's coming forward than he is going backwards. He has exactly what he has. Kambosos is exactly where he needs him right now.
Three-punch combination from Lomachenko. As you have noted many times through the years when we call his fights, the pressure is applied simply with the footwork, and you saw it there in the lead up to that combination he landed.
Well, it's not just footwork, Tess. It's a lot of indirect movements. You know, you see him do pre-slips when he's slipping to the left.
The angles.
Changing the angles up, the foot feints, the level changes. And he gets in position, and you'll see now and then he'll pull back in range, just being deceptive with his offense, and he'll catch you with that left hand.
And he comes in with a straight left hand behind that southpaw jab. Coming to the end of round number 1, Lomachenko and Kambosos from Perth, Western Australia.
Vasiliy Lomachenko, at 36 years old, is your footwork the key to the fight? He says, we'll see just how good my footwork is. And Tess, it's looking pretty good off the jump.
It is indeed, as was the defense from Lomachenko, Bernardo, as Kambosos was only 3 of 28, just landing 11% of his punches thrown in that first round. Bernardo Asuna, our ace reporter there in Perth, done an outstanding job of his coverage all week long leading to this championship event, including covering the 2 stare downs, the 2 face-offs that each went over 3 minutes, and these 2 fighters had to be separated or else they may still be there. Round number 2. Southpaw jab from Lomachenko. He's able to close that distance and send a left hand.
He followed him out that time. You know, Kambosos, he'll take that half a step back, sometimes a full step back to get out of range, but he's always looking for the counter. That's the problem with Kambosos. You know, his footwork, he never moves left or moves right. He moves straight back in the straight line, and Lomachenko just following him out right there.
He's a natural counter puncher, but you heard Anton Kadushin, his trainer, after that last round, saying pressure, 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 and utilize the jab to come forward. Not seeing it right now.
You see the lunging already from Kambosos with the double right hand. He's brought back to his old self already. Lomachenko has him thinking right now. If you get Kambosos thinking, you got him.
3-punch combination that finished with the right hook from Lomachenko.
Now you see Kambosos trying to come forward now, trying to start some offense. He's typically not that guy. He's not creative off his front foot, especially when he's facing a southpaw, Tess.
That's right.
But what he needs to do is pick up his jab a little bit more, start placing those shots to the chest. You see him right there. He leads with a left hook down to the body, trying to close off that exit, the weak side exit for Lomachenko. That's towards the lead hand. Tess, what I'm waiting on is I'm waiting on that front foot step shuffle. I'm waiting on Lomachenko to get around to that weak side of Kambosos. That's that fancy footwork.
We've seen that time and again create offense in the career of Lomachenko.
But I've seen it less and less.
There's a right hand to the body from Kambosos.
And you see exactly how Lomachenko reacted from that body shot. He did not like that body shot. Good timing right there from Kambosos.
Lomachenko with a flurry at the end of round number 2. Australia, Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley with the call. Bernardo Osuna, our ringside reporter. That second round, Lomachenko had an 11-2 connect advantage, including 8 power punches.
How Lomachenko's going to be able to close that distance is he's going to be doing it with just level changes. You see the small little level changes that he does right there. He's going to be able to explode good offense because, again, Kambosos, a natural counterpuncher. You know, he's always looking to react to shots and the punches. And that small little level change, you saw it right there. Just wait for that left hand to come straight down the middle. He's setting it up right now.
Kambosos trying to come forward with that.
The top.
Bernardo, what are you hearing out of the corner of Kambosos?
Anton Kadushin wants him to slip, duck under, and then follow up with a counter right hook. He doesn't want him to keep moving back.
Remember, Anton is a new addition to Team Kambosos. He has gone through management changes. He has gone through trainer changes. This is not the same group that led him to undisputed status. There's an exchange on the inside as Kambosos tries to land the left hook and time Lomachenko.
A lot easier said than done. The beauty about Lomachenko is that he can operate at mid-range, still be defensive, and still be in position to be able to land his offense.
A warning on that right hand. And you can hear the reaction from the Australian crowd.
It's like Loma puts so much mental pressure on you with all the indirect movements that he does right here just to get himself in position, in the right position to let his offense off.
Such a great example of what you just said, Timmy. There was no punch thrown by Lomachenko in that sequence, yet you could feel the pressure and you could see the reaction from Kambosos in trying to deal with it.
Difficult. That's what makes
Short
Lomachenko. Those movements right there. And I see Loma starting to get that weak side angle.
Explain that to the layman when you say that weak side angle.
So the weak side angle is away from the right hand, getting around, and you get around to the side. Now you're in a clear, advantageous position to be able to land your offense and get away with shots. Nice body shot right there from Kambosos.
Oh, good exchange to close out the third. Look at this stuff. Out at the RAC Arena to see if George Kambosos, the Australian native, can get back to world championship status, or if Vasiliy Lomachenko can plant yet another flag in his mountain of accomplishments. Round number 4, Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley with you on the call. And keep in mind, Timmy, we thought we were going to be calling this fight some years ago. Lomachenko had the fight with Kambosos lined up for spring of 2022. But then you know what happened back at home with the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the decision that Lomachenko made to serve his country. He spent over 320 days away from the ring. When he left, it was Devin Haney who took advantage. It was Devin Haney who got the fight with Kambosos, took all 4 belts, won the rematch, and he was on top of the division.
The fight is happening at the right time, Tess. It's happening at the right time. I respect Lomachenko for doing what he did and pulling out the fight to protect his country. I respect that.
Kambosos with a 1-2 moments ago, landed the right hand.
Kambosos can't get away from that level change left hand that come down the middle. He can't. Again, in that time, Lomachenko came back with the one, that swivel jab. Oh my goodness. I'm letting y'all know, folks at home right now, Lomachenko has downloaded the information. He knows what he's doing right now. He's going to go for the KO tonight. He's definitely going to go for the KO tonight.
And that is a different version of Lomachenko, if that comes to fruition, than we have seen in recent fights, than he has admitted to. Oh, and there's a good combination up top as he is headhunting Kambosos. Excellent work from Lomachenko here in round number 4.
Now, what does Kambosos do? What does he do from here, Tess? He's going to have to sell out because this beatdown is going to continue round after round. Loma's going to pick it up little by little. So why not fight fire with fire at this point now? You got to sell out because if you don't, this is going to continue to happen.
You nailed it about 30 seconds before it materialized, that Lomachenko has downloaded the information and now has it, because you can see it in the second half of this 4th round.
And you starting to see the frustration coming right now from Kambosos. He has no clue where those punches are coming from, Tess.
No, even on that angle to the right as Lomachenko sweeps around and lands the left hand. Very strong round for Lomachenko.
When we discover the power that's in our hands.
21-1 connect advantage. A 21-1 connect advantage, which is something that CompuBox tracks in his career often. And for those playing along at home, you clearly have been tracking that, as ESPN Bet live money line right now has Lomachenko minus 2,500. Everybody's all over Lomachenko with what they've seen in his first 4 rounds. Now, Timmy, I want to offer you this.
Okay.
When you see around 21-1, of you're putting forth that level of offense and that level of defense, well, he has the number 4 plus-minus rating in all of championship-level fighters, according to CompuBox, in the world of hit and don't get hit.
Tess, and he does it while he's directly in front of you. That's the difference. That's the beauty about Lomachenko. He's not bagging up and he's not fighting on his back foot and moving away from reaction. He's actually going towards his opponent and still being slippery like that and elusive and still landing his offense, Tess.
You know, and a very smart boxing mind said to me in the lead up to this fight that Loma is so much better when he starts early and is the aggressor early. He didn't do that against Teofimo. He didn't do that against Haney. He's doing it tonight.
There's no way that Kambosos is going to be able to time that movement.
There's a left hand again, Timmy.
There's no way. You know, wrong game plan. And he might have came here with the game plan to pressure, but Lomachenko is not allowing him to do that. He has Kambosos right now spooked, not sure what to do. And Tess, I don't care how much determination you have or will to have and toughness you have, skill. That's what dominates in this ring, skill. And sometimes when the skill are even, that's when the will and determination comes forth.
The skill is not even in Kambosos and Lomachenko. Lomachenko as close to his prime, Kambosos as close to his prime. There is a gap in talent. That's just a fact. Sends him off balance with that left hand.
Right now, what Loma's doing is a slow beat. Slow. He's just slowly softening him up. Little by little, round by round. But if he invests in the body a little bit more, he can stop Kambosos.
Another headshot.
Bread and bacon. can shred and slice and dice and spice.
Championship fight, Lomachenko in complete control with a 73-16 connect advantage to this point. Let's check in with Bernardo ringside.
Not a very animated Anton Kadushin in the corner of George Kambosos, but what he did say is, I don't want you headhunting. When he throws his left, I want you to counter to the body. And on the other side, Egis Klimas says, what about this fast start from Vasiliy Lomachenko? And I asked Lomachenko earlier this week, will we ever see Lomachenko? He smiled. Looks like we're seeing him tonight.
Lomachenko was the nickname that he earned early in his career when world-class fighter after fighter quit. They couldn't continue against him.
Which was remarkable, Tess, but we haven't seen that fighter in a very long time. In the lower weight classes, where he was able to dominate and have the athletic advantage over those smaller fighters, as you go up in weight, especially in the 135-pound class and 140, fighters become even more athletic, and then you got to deal with the size on top of that and the punching power of these fighters. Ooh, nice left hook right there. Beautiful change right there. That's a nice left hook by Kambosos. I like that shot a lot.
See if he can string some momentum together as he tries to place a right hand to the body. Came back with a left hook, and Lomachenko was just able to get underneath it. But now you see a little bit of confidence from the Aussie.
And where he's having success, he's coming forward, Tess, not backwards. He's coming forward. He has to remember that. Come forward. Take more chances.
He's got to dig himself out of a hole. There he goes to the body against Lomachenko.
But double it. Double it upstairs. Go to the body, come up with the head with the left hook. Then send the right hand right down the middle. Where's the follow-ups? One punch at a time is not going to do it.
Lomachenko successful on the inside. Short left hand on the inside. Goes back to the head.
You see the accuracy of Lomachenko?
Absolutely.
Beautiful accuracy.
He's landing 52% of his power punches. Over 50% of power punches thrown. That's an outrageous number in CompuBox world. Kambosos coming off his most spirited round to this point, but he was still outlanded 19-7. Superb percentage and accuracy, Tim, as you noted from Lomachenko. You just saw the numbers there.
You know, Kambosos, one of the biggest issues, a part of his game, okay? It's a lot of them. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of them. You see him how he leans forward, you know, trying to inch close. He's there to be hit with straight shots. You see how his guards are low when he comes in. He's there to be hit with straight shots. But also, you see he goes steps out and he steps back in range. Steps out and step back in range. He does that every single time. Nothing has changed. He hasn't learned anything. Under the heat and under the fighter, what do we always tell you folks at home? A fighter typically results back to who he is. All that stuff he worked on in camp is now out the window.
Sports Center coming your way next. Round 7 of our championship fight. Lomachenko trying to make more history. Comes with that sweeping rear hook. And that is a slip. That is not a knockdown. But that pressure being applied by Lomachenko.
He had success that last round with that left hook, and he went to it again. This time, Loma made the adjustment and got underneath it. So now what George got to do if he wants to land that shot, he needs to throw it towards Loma's shoulder. Throw it towards the shoulder in hopes that Loma dips into it.
There's a left hand to the body from Lomachenko. And now Kambosos trying to get himself out of trouble in that corner. That left hand was partially blocked with the right elbow.
You know what this fight reminds me of?
What's that?
You hear that saying all the time. You say, you know, the definition that you got one fighter playing checkers, the other one playing chess. From Lomachenko on the inside, just getting physical. He's stuck in a headlock. You got one hand free, let your hands go. I like that. Again, Kambosos is just waiting too long. Ooh, what a shot. I like that. Good shot right there to the body, but even better combination from Lomachenko coming forward again, bagging out. Or bagging up Kambosos.
Look at the smothering effect. So the right hand landed, and then Loma's right on him like Velcro.
It's
like he's tethered to his waist.
Exactly.
like the same distance, like a rope is tied around each man's waist, and he never lets off of it.
Yo-yo. The yo-yo effect. Yo-yo.
Doubles up the left hand again with that off angle to the right.
Oh, getting off of that angle, that weak side angle.
Kambosos sometimes looks up and thinks he's going to be there, and he's not there, but what is there is the left glove in his mug.
You say, now you see me, now you don't. You know, in these situations right here, when you're outgunned like this, when a fighter has so much skill like this, you got to just focus on one target, and that's down to the body. You know, that footwork of Lomachenko is exceptional tonight. Whoa.
Another headshot. That was the short right hand, the southpaw lead hand, but that right eye is worsening on Kambosos as left hand after left hand is scoring. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is presented by AutoZone from Western Australia. Beautiful scene, and this has been a beautiful scene by Lomachenko. The left hands, Timmy.
Seemed he can't miss with the shot. That's the money punch for a southpaw. The right hand is the money punch for the orthodox fighter. But again, it's about positioning. It's about getting your feet in the right position, getting your body in the right position, at the right place at the right time. And Loma has done that better than anybody I've seen in a very long time. You know, this is
it's interesting to follow along with the reaction on social media, as we just noted that Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis, one of the other lightweight champions, has chimed in on what he's saying. He's going to fight Frank Martin, of course, coming up. And somebody said, he'll never fight Lomachenko, this version. And Tank Davis said, he's after Frank. Let me get Frank first. Now, what's coming up next in this division is next week on ESPN with Emmanuel Navarrete against Dennis Barancek. It is probably more likely if Navarrete, who's already a 3-division champion, can claim a lightweight crown, you could have unification in an outrageous matchup of styles of Navarrete against Lomachenko. But that's great to hear from Tank Davis, a willingness to say, yeah, Lomachenko's next.
Oh, still got a couple of rounds test before he even go there. But yes, from the looks of the way the fight is going as of right now, Lomachenko will be fighting the winner of Barancek and Navarrete. So you'll have the unification there. And then you understand the situation with Shakur Stevenson.
Another lightweight champion who's going to fight on ESPN against Artem Hartunian.
So that'll be enticing. He might get him the first or the beginning of the 2025. And then for all the marbles, Tank Davis.
Right now, the championship rounds to go as a bloodied, battered, and outclassed George Kambosos is going to need something special here. The critics have termed George Kambosos a one-hit wonder. He talked about how a win against Lomachenko in this spot would cement his legacy. Instead, this looks like it's going to be headed towards something where we discuss Vasiliy Lomachenko extending his career and staying in that upper tier.
Can't deny the toughness and the grittiness of Kambosos. He's taken a lot of shots to the head and body tonight. He's cut, and he's still in this fight. He's still trying to do something in this fight. That's why he's nicknamed Ferocious. I admire his toughness, Tess. Oh, big shots.
And snap back the head.
Again, if you don't adjust to the level change, if you don't you being the opposite fighter, you're going to get hit with that shot every single time. If you don't adjust your range and get the heck out of dodge or get your head off the line, you're going to get hit with that shot every single time.
Do you hear how clearly you can hear the corners, especially of George Kambosos? That's how you know Lomachenko's having a great night, when he can silence 15,000 Australians having this kind of a performance against their former champion. So that's what Tank said. Lomachenko's after Frank. But as we said, we'd love to see the entire division get after it and fight each other. Next week on ESPN, it's the vacant WBO belt. Emmanuel Navarrete against Denis Baranchyk. Navarrete, one of the most exciting offensive fighters in the world.
Again, more work from Lomachenko right here. Has Kambosos in the corner, just slowly beating on him little by little. Obviously, this fight, as of right now, Tess, looks like a mismatch. You know, Lomachenko just supremely skilled. Look at just a minor level change again, and you see what Kambosos does. He shoots a jab. He shoots a jab and in position for that straight left hand.
You see Lomachenko's face coming off the stool compared to the bloodied and battered face of Kambosos. The connect advantage as we start this 11th round is Lomachenko 157 punches landed to 38 for Kambosos.
Well, you said that through the lead up, he was like one of the worst in
yes.
copy box and landing. Again, it all has to do with his feet.
At the championship level, Kambosos at the championship level, as he tries to swipe that right hand to the body, only lands 10 punches per round at the championship level. That is one of the worst marks among elite fighters. Meanwhile, Lomachenko sits at the top of just about every CompuBox superlative.
How that 6-minute or 3-minute stare down now.
Face-offs and stare-downs don't matter once you get through those ropes, bro.
I'm just saying.
As you know better than anybody as a Hall of Famer.
Ooh, he's tough. Ooh, 3 minutes? Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Skills.
That's what happened midweek. Their first face-off, it went for over 3 minutes, and then Kambosos did it again at the weigh-in. And right now, he has precious minutes left to try to answer this riddle of Lomachenko. Sports Center's coming your way next. But Lomachenko's hoping to sit on the throne as king of the lightweights. And the first step to get closer. He was so close a year ago against Devin Haney. He thought he went his way. He called it a robbery. So many observers thought he won the fight. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Haney with excellent work to the body with the right hands early. Lomachenko came on mid-rounds and late, and then Haney swept the 12th for the slim win.
That path for Lomachenko to undisputed is ridiculous. The fighters that he's going to have to face.
Well, the division's loaded.
Like Shakur Stevenson? I mean, Tank
maybe
Davis?
next week, Navarrete. And
Body
there
shot.
we go. Body shot scores the knockdown in the 11th. As if the damage to the eye isn't enough, Loma says, take that to the body. And now he looks to close it, and he does. Lomachenko's a champion again. Knockout victory against the Aussie down.
And to save his son. I like that.